What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, Von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome in to another edition of Your Show. The Thursday edition, we call it around here because it is Thursday, and we thank you so much for being here with us as we are still, as far as we know, the only show going live from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday in Saskatoon, and still so proud to say it. We also love to make up categories. We are number one in around this place, like today. We are the number one show on YouTube with an animal actress that is being sassy. We're number one. We're number one. Margaret, old Ben Kenobi Nickel, please report to the stage. Margaret. Come on, girl. Right here. Come on. All the way. All the way. Good girl. I take it back. We're number two because she eventually got there. Ladies and gentlemen, she also has a camera. We call it the Mega Cam. Look at that. Right on her spot, right on time. What's up, Dragon? Got Dragon on the ones and twos. Oh, he's moving and shaking. All right, check this out. The Mega Cam is for our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with their beautiful puppy Leroy, who just so happens to be dating Margaret. Always there to give you the greatest, most incredible service you've ever experienced in a pet store. You go after hours or on the weekends, you'll see Kirsten, Shar, or Chris, and they will give you that same service. The cleaning station, incredible. And I got a text from a main man, AK, yesterday, saying he went in and he got some stuff for his beautiful puppy, and he let them know that he heard about Pet Planet on 8th Street from us. So thank you to AK and everyone else who goes in there after seeing this show and talking about all that amazing service. It means a lot, and we love our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. So we had ourselves, it was basically I guess you could say, not normal show last Thursday. Matt Young from CTV did not come by. We were watching football all day, and we ran a really, really, really good interview with our friend Patty Fedreau, which was fantastic, and we got to catch up with her earlier this week as well. It just didn't feel like a Thursday. And that's because this man was not here. Dragon, let's go ahead and get into CTV's Matt Young. He has returned yet again.
We're back, baby.
And
We're back.
Boy, did we miss you. CTV's Matt Young in the house.
There you go. There you go.
And he's got me amped up today, dude. What are we looking at here?
Oh, well, we got all kinds of things. So, like, obviously, you know, from Saskatoon, we love to talk all things Saskatoon news and gaming and stuff like that.
Don't forget
and of course, sports. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see lots of gaming stuff and modding gaming and all, you know, gaming related to Saskatoon sports teams, because I love doing that.
It's the best. I love it.
So I thought now it'd be kind of an interesting thing if we could talk a little bit about gaming and sort of the mini systems that came out. And I'll tell you why. It's because we found a way to get some Saskatchewan content on some of these mini systems, right?
Of course we did.
Of course we did. Okay. So
did.
now, of course, you might remember a little history there. So about 6 or 7 years ago, if a lot of people remember, Nintendo and Sega and Sony PlayStation, you started seeing these mini systems come out, right?
And they were hot.
And
Everyone
they were
loved them.
they were selling like hotcakes. You couldn't get one. People were lining up in stores, and there weren't very many. There you go. You see, and of course they had a whole bunch of games on them, old games, and they were little mini systems. So we have one right here. The first one that came out was Nintendo. Okay, so this is regular Nintendo, and it's a little regular Nintendo system that essentially fits right in the palm of your hand. Okay, so it's a tiny little mini Nintendo system. To give you an idea, there's the size of the controller, right?
pretty much the same.
So yeah, so it was really cool because it came with a whole bunch of games, a whole bunch of old Nintendo games. Now, the cool thing is in the modding community, of course, we like to take games and make things better. So there's actually some mod programs out there that you can get, and it doesn't take much to research them, that actually will add more games. So right now, these are the original games that it came with,
So
right?
many
So
bangers, dude. Look at that.
Oh, I know. You got Tecmo
Tecmo
Bowl,
Bowl.
and you got,
Galaga
Galaga, right? I
classic.
mean, you got all kinds of cool games that came out on this thing. You got Super Mario 1. Of course, Super Mario 3 is a classic, all right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, so who wouldn't have wanted one of these, which is why they were so popular. You can see, you got Kirby and all that sort of stuff, and you got Dr. Mario, and you got
Tropics,
Super
man,
Mario
too,
2.
Zelda.
Well,
Oh.
there's a program that you can get out there that allows you to do this.
Oh, here we go.
And you can add more games. So now we got all kinds of stuff, right? We got Blades of Steel, right? California games. We got Eliminator Boat Duel. We got ice hockey. Who doesn't love ice hockey, right?
Love it.
We got NES
There's my
Open
golf. That's my golf game.
Pac-Man. We got Paperboy.
Oh, the
Paperboy's
Paperboy
a
in the
classic,
set.
right?
Yes, sir.
Right? All kinds of different games. So you can actually add more games onto the hard drive of these things, and you can play a little bit more. And then we've added, I took it a step further and added even
course you
more,
did,
right?
yeah.
So we got,
That's what you do.
all kinds of stuff. You got Wayne Gretzky hockey,
Oh, yeah.
and you got a little bit old WWF,
WCW
and,
wrestling,
Silent
okay.
Service. You got Star Trek,
There's
right?
Super Spike. We
Super
said
Spike,
Super
Super
Spike
Spike V-Ball. And what I did is the CFL game that I modded.
Yes,
it's
yes,
actually right
yes.
on there too. So we have
Tecmo
Tecmo Grey
Grey
Cup,
Cup.
right?
You did it.
So you can be the Saskatchewan Roughriders and
did
go
it.
and win the Grey Cup game. So now, what I thought we would do is show you some of this because it's it's really fun, and I actually added a sort of an update to it. So we got Tecmo Super Bowl 2020 with my guy Josh Allen. Got to go Buffalo Bills, right? So
Hold on. So you made that cover and everything?
yeah, you can make that cover, and then what you do is you can go online and you can upload it, and then
people can share it.
There you go, exactly, right? And you can add more. Like you can put, if you want, 200 or 300 games on here. I got about 50, but you can do all kinds
Fill
of
it right
cool
up
things.
if you want. Okay.
So now let's go back to the original games here, and now I see you once in a while on your thing. You like to play video games, so
Yes.
let's come on out here.
Oh, here we
We're
go.
gonna have a little
Finally.
live competition.
This is
right
all
here
I've ever
on
wanted.
the Gary Nichols Show.
Perfect.
Okay, we're gonna do this, and now I thought we would play a little bit of Super Mario 3, and we're just gonna. Whoops! Oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Now I gotta reset. That's the nice thing about kids these days. You have state saving now. Now I mean you didn't have that back then. So let's go
No.
Super Mario Brothers 3, and we're actually gonna play and I'll even
this
turn
is
up the
so
volume a little bit. Why not?
fantastic.
Right?
Yes.
Turn up the volume. Are we
On
going
the side,
up?
on the side.
On the side.
That
Did
one.
it work?
Up.
There,
Yeah,
you go. There you go. You
There
can
we
see the
go.
number 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're
Perfect.
going to do this, and we'll make it a 2-player game. All
All
right. Now, here's how we're gonna play against each other.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go up here, and then, and this was and Super Mario 3. I mean, pretty awesome game.
I
Obviously,
can't believe you're playing
It's a
it like
class-
this. Like just so people know, the TV we're looking on is about 20 feet away from us.
Yeah, and you know what? And by the way, there's a bit of a delay here on the.
Yeah,
so
for
you
sure.
know, I'm not great.
Hey.
Okay, but now I want you to immediately just press.
Oh, we're gonna show down. I got you.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
Now this isn't gonna be very
You
good
ready?
because yep.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm Mario and you're Luigi.
Oh, that delay is crazy.
It's almost like we gotta be.
Oh,
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh,
hold
God.
on. Hold on. You gotta.
I didn't even do anything.
All right, you want to do
even
one
have to
more?
do
Let's
anything.
do one more. Let's do one more.
Now that I know how delayed it is, I
Let's
can't
do
believe
one
you're
more.
making it look so easy.
All right, now I'm gonna get you. Oh, it's the butterfly guys.
I don't want to go that way.
No.
Oh God.
Nah. Oh, I died again. He's 2-0.
I can just sit here and win by you just
He's
losing.
really good. There you go. So that's now. A lot
so
of people
fun.
don't realize, obviously, and I'm just gonna hit the reset button here. Is There's accessories that came with these. So you got this is a case, right?
That's cool. So that when you buy it, that comes with it?
No. When you bought these, pretty hard to find them in a store now.
Yeah,
Now you're buying them all
absolutely.
used. You
Yeah.
can buy a case separately.
I see what you're saying.
Then there was Super Nintendo.
Oh, boy.
Right? So you had Super Nintendo
So
right
cool.
here.
And then Sega had one as well. Like you were saying,
Sega had
PlayStation,
one as
everyone
well.
sort of caught on to the trend.
Super Nintendo had cases, but you could only get them in the U.S.
Of course.
I could not find these anywhere in Canada. But luckily, I have parents in Arizona who were
it
able
down.
to find one for me. So there you go. So
Absolutely.
you can't complain about that. And then, so they got me that, which is, I wish that they would have had more accessories in Canada for these things, but they didn't. Then, as you mentioned, there was Sega.
Oh, you do have. I should have known.
Now,
I don't know why I
the
questioned
cool
it.
thing about the Sega one is, again, you have the, and I'll just, there we go. I'll have to open this up here. There's the Sega,
so
little mini
cool how
Sega
they
Genesis, which
just,
Sonic and all that sort of thing.
replicated just like the old machine.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly,
cool
exactly.
part,
It works,
yeah.
and it's got the little on-off switch. It's got the volume right here that you used to have, and that's great. Now, finding a case for this, I couldn't find one in North America. This case is all the way from Japan,
Man, I knew it.
so anyway,
How the heck did just order it?
I
online?
mean, I actually got it for Christmas.
There it is.
And so you can get that's where you got to order these cases from, right? So so you can get the Sega Genesis, and of course, then there was PlayStation. You had these. PlayStation came out with a mini system. I think Commodore came out with one, or
geez,
Atari.
Yeah,
So
Atari, I think we had an
there
Atari
you go.
one way,
There
way
you
back,
go.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is you can I was able to take some of my modded stuff and upload it on here and now play it, which is really, really neat. So there's a look at sort of the array of mini systems and the things that you can do. And I would say this, if you can get your hands on one of these, even a used one, they're a great Christmas gift. I mean,
yeah.
you put them under your tree, they're fantastic, and a
Not
little
only
bit of
that,
nostalgia.
too, when you get one of these, because I'm a guy who always travels with my big clunky
There you
8-bit
go.
Nintendo.
There you
and I
go.
take it to and play it in the hotels when you have some downtime. So much easier. to
So much
transfer.
easier, exactly. So much
Take it
easier to
anywhere.
move around. You can
Yeah.
take it. I mean, look. It makes
And you don't got to bring all the games.
and you can bring if you can bring it on an airplane if you want, right? Too as well. I mean, and you can add games to it if you really want.
amazing.
So yeah, so it's cool, and I'm hoping now. So some people might be wondering because we like to deliver the latest on video game news.
Yes, we do.
Now, a lot of people are hoping that there will be a Nintendo 64 mini system that would be just like this. Word is that that's not coming out, at least not for a while, and probably
on,
because Nintendo 64 games involved a ton of licensing that you didn't have for Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Nintendo and Super Nintendo mostly used, for the most part, Nintendo's own intellectual property.
Yeah.
Once you got into Nintendo 64, a lot of your hit games like GoldenEye, right? Now you're getting into things you're licensing James Bond from MGM, right? Other games, popular games like NFL Blitz and Wayne Gretzky Hockey.
Yeah.
Difficult to do those because now you're dealing with licensing from the NHL. So that's why I suspect it's going to be tough for
harder.
Nintendo 64 one. Sony PlayStation did one. It was okay. Again, it was mostly Sony's intellectual property that they used for that. But games, once they got to Nintendo 64, it was a lot of licensing, and that's why I think it's difficult. But it's good to see these, and just to show people what you can do with a mini system is just fantastic.
Christmas time is coming up, and we
It's-
got gifts here for you.
There you
Incredible.
go. And by the way, the Tecmo Bowl, it's free for download. You can download it anytime if you want. We have it on the tecmobowl.org site. So if you want to get that there too.
If you want a CFL Tecmo Bowl game, it's there.
There
for
you go. It's there for you. So we
He
got
made
that. There you go. Well, and what I want to give some credit.
Yes, shout out
the
your team. You
modding
got a bunch
the
of
modding
guys.
community is huge. That CFL Tecmo Bowl, it was actually started a number of years ago. I more or less just picked up the baton and sort of enhanced it. Right, it started adding the new logos and the new teams and that, and add the field logo and that. So it's really good. And here's going to be more of them because I'm trying to do. It'd be really cool is if we took Blades of Steel, and I think I showed you that. I'd like to actually make it just full on with with the logos and everything like that, and then put that. I'm hoping to put that out there for download sometime in the next few weeks, and then you could be those Saskatoon Blades. And if we don't win the championship in real life, we'll win it in video game life.
Real quick.
Mind you, they're looking good right now.
Real quick, your thoughts on them, man.
You know what? They got a good team. And you got some decisions to make because, as you know, in junior hockey, you give up draft picks, right?
Yeah.
You don't sign players.
Yeah.
The Blades have given up a lot of draft picks to go in on the last 2 years. A lot of people didn't think that they would be quite as good as they are this year.
good.
So now suddenly you got to decide. I mean, do you go all in one more time and try it again and give up more draft picks? So you're looking really good. If we're going to be GMs, let's pretend to be NHL GMs because we're not going to be, or even WHL GMs. I probably wouldn't trust me with your minor hockey team.
Yeah,
but,
me either.
But I would like to see him try one more. I really would.
That's the big question, right? Is it worth knowing that the cupboard is fully empty moving forward?
Yeah.
And the answer is it is if you win.
Yeah, it is if you win. And they're in a week. That East Conference is weak. I think that they could steamroll a lot of teams in the playoffs. And they're one of the best. I mean, the best Saskatchewan team right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to see them go all in. If they can't, we have to understand it's a business, right? But either way, SaskTel Center, they're starting to open up. The crowds are starting to get bigger.
Yes,
and
they're noticing.
So I would get out there. And also the Rush opened their season with a big win, overtime win over Albany. So the Rush goes south of the border. We show them how it's done because we're Canadian, right?
Always.
Isn't it? Lacrosse is Canadian, right?
Yes,
so
born and raised.
so we show them how it's done. So the Rush, their next game is December 14th against Halifax.
Yes.
That's a big game because Halifax beat the Rush last year, but it was I think it was an overtime
It was a
win.
really close game.
So I think we want revenge on that. But the Rush are looking good. So that's really good. And then the Rattlers, they don't start for a while, but they did release their schedule.
Nice.
I tweeted it out today if you want to
it
have a
out.
look. So the Rattlers schedule is out there too. So we're following all kinds of things. But more gaming stuff coming up each week. And join us every Thursday. I guess we got our own little space.
We got a nice little playlist we're building right now with all of these Thursday segments, so we'll have it all together. And you can just go right to the YouTube page
There you go.
and find the playlist and check out
Yeah.
all these. As we got Dragon working on that. I think he's got a couple done already.
There you go.
He's shortening them up and making them fancy and making them nice.
Tell him he's fantastic.
I always do.
Yeah, tell him maybe we'll have to find a way to do like a 3-player Mario thing or something like that.
He would be in.
He would be in for sure.
For sure. All right. CTV's Matt Young in the house every Thursday, brother. Thank you so much. I always appreciate our time together.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely.
Now it feels like a Thursday. Thank you again to Matt Young from CTV. Another incredible job as we talk about those little mini consoles that all the big name game companies have been cashing in on over the last couple of years. Very, very exciting as we are 1/4 of the way through the Thursday edition. And it is now time to introduce the rest of our panel for today. One guy has to push a button, so he can't come out yet. So we will start with the other person. You know her as the host of Emily May's All Up in Your Business. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Emily May. Woo! Yeah!
Thank you.
You're
You
the
always make me
best.
feel so excited to come on here with those introductions.
You
Thank
deserve it. You
Thank
earned it, dude. Like you've been hustling, And new episode, first episode, debut, up right now. Got a whole bunch of views.
Yes.
Little view monster over there.
Yes.
Very exciting, as Uncle Mike's was the destination
Mm-hmm.
for that episode as we go in and show off all of the cool stuff that businesses do, and then you get to know the cool host, manager or owner or whoever the person is running the business.
Yes,
There it is.
yes,
We got
yes.
it.
The host
Right
of
here
their
in the studio.
establishment.
Yes, and then you get to know that person as well.
Yes.
Look at this. The third man in. No, I don't want you on. Get out of here. You can see his banner on the bottom of the screen. He is the Ethan in Adam and Ethan. The viewing room's very own Dragoon. Man, everyone's going crazy for you. Look at this.
See you
Even
guys.
Maggie's going nuts.
Yeah, she's very
He's
kindly
here.
today.
Yeah, she's all over it. She's really, really vibing with the crew. How are you, Dragon?
Good. It's probably the bacon grease I put in my pockets.
You do that, hey? I was wondering why you always smelled so good.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Man, do you ever dip anything in bacon grease?
No, not usually. Do you? Actually,
Well,
I don't.
There's on the Trailer Park Boys. They have a scene where they're eating the heels of the bread. Like, so you get a loaf of bread, and the ends they call heels,
Yeah, the heel.
and then
yeah.
Bubbles. It's like, what am I gonna do with this stupid heel? And then Ricky's like, well, just dip in the bacon grease. So they got bacon grease in there, and they just dab the heel of the bread, and yeah, this is pretty good.
We cook when we cook bacon. Like if we do like a Sunday brunch, we cook
Ooh.
the eggs afterwards in the bacon.
Oh,
eggs, yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
But I
That's
don't
pretty
eat
good.
eggs,
I
so-
know the greatest radio host in the history of radio, the great Tim Stone from C95.
Yeah.
He always has a container full of bacon grease
Really?
because when you cook Brussels sprouts
Oh,
in
that's
bacon
true,
grease,
yeah.
it makes them edible.
That's true. Yeah, that's actually.
He's taught me a lot of things, Tim Stone, and that's one of the biggest ones for me. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to.
I used to hate Brussels sprouts, and my mom cooked them with bacon one time, and I was like, you
It's
know
the
what?
secret.
Sometimes you gotta experience some bad to get to the good, yeah, I've liked Brussels sprouts ever since.
I'm so proud of you.
And
Such a
now-
big boy.
Yeah, oh, I know.
You're growing up so fast over there.
I know. Yeah. Next up, broccoli, but
Hey,
no.
one step at a time. You know, Uncle Brando, another member of this family from the amazing Commander Cookout podcast, he spends his whole life not eating vegetables. He ate like his first vegetable a couple of years ago. Isn't that crazy?
How did he get to where he is now?
Lots of meat, I guess. Meat and noodles.
That's fair
Meat and noodles.
enough.
If anyone ever worked with Uncle Brando, they know that he always has a pack of noodles for lunch.
Yeah, and it always smells so delicious.
So
One
good.
thing
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny you say that because I was telling my mom this, and I don't know why I was telling my mom this because she was making soup when she was sick. She was making like Lipton chicken noodle soup or whatever, and I was like, you know what? That smell reminds me of work because Brando is always in the halls with his cup of soup every afternoon, and it always smells like salty and good and warm. And I'm like,
So tasty.
I'm like, man, like I could go for some. I always walk past Brando, and I'm like, I kind of want some soup now, and it has that effect on me. So
And people used to like razz him for it, for always having the same thing.
I
But
think that's
dude,
stupid.
if you can find a way to sustain your body for that little amount of money, good for you, man.
yeah,
If that's how you can save cash.
yeah, I think it's a stupid thing to complain about on
Yeah.
other people's ends because, like, I mean, if
What
you're
are you doing?
if you're saving money and you're happy, I mean,
And it's tasty.
It's tasty, and yeah, I mean,
And that dude, make no mistake, Uncle Brando is an athlete. I'm gonna find the footage someday of him. He was a wrestler for a long time, like a legit wrestler, like doing like suicide dives and like moonsaults off the top turnbuckle out of the ring, like crazy stuff. That's where he got all of his concussions from.
do you know what those words mean?
Yeah.
Get in here, get in the
100%.
microphone.
I more
Don't
had
be hanging out so far. There you go.
so you can see.
Get in
I
it.
more had a question. Mr. Noodles, does he eat Mr. Noodles?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure
that's
as
How
fine.
would
brand.
that be enough? How would that be enough?
Get
I would be.
get comfortable with it. Put it in a
I-
spot you
I
can
don't
handle.
know.
There you
I
go.
would
don't have to
be
ask Brandon.
very hungry after eating that for lunch.
True, but I don't know. There's something awesome about it because he makes it on the stove, and the whole kitchen smells.
He does
really
it right.
good.
No one else ever stoves it. Hey, everyone always
That's the only way
microwaves
to
it.
do it. Ew, you microwave your Mr. Noodles?
All the
I've
time.
only ever stoved
I've
them.
only ever stoved.
You guys are crazy.
You're crazy. I do maybe the ones that
You're
come in
crazy. It's fair. Yeah.
the ones that come in the cups, I'll pour the
And with hot water, okay,
hot
those ones,
water
yeah,
in,
yeah.
But like the ones in the package, turn the stove on, boil water.
You
Yeah.
go the full 9 yards. Well, you guys are
It's
wasting
delicious.
Yeah.
you guys are wasting like 5 minutes of your time though.
I no, because it stays hotter more than 13
And
seconds.
it's actually cooked when you
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Up top, that's crazy.
Maybe
Chef
I've been eating
Boyardee
noodles wrong
over
the
here.
whole time.
Yeah,
now
you
got
have
me
been.
second guessing everything here. I don't know
And
if I like
for
that
all
very
you
much.
listening out there, you're doing it wrong too. So
No.
get on the
Noodles.
stove is the only way to do
Okay.
it.
What about Brussels sprouts? You ever eat those
No.
things? Would you eat them if they were cooked in bacon grease?
No, I think that's. My dad always puts 4 on all our plates at Christmas Day
4 Brussels sprouts?
each,
That's
and he ends up with 30 at the end of the dinner because
How
Hold
is that
on.
possible?
That's a tradition that you guys
Yeah.
do? Here we go. Let's get into some traditions here. I like it. Says it is the Christmas season. Lots of
It is.
families do different things. What's the origin of the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah,
At
why are they
Christmas.
being rationed?
And not eaten.
because everyone hates them.
Yeah.
Except my dad.
So
So his joke is this is the only time during the year he'll cook dinner.
It's
It's
just Brussels
Christmas. So he throws them in and none of us eat them and they end up on his plate.
It's a good move.
It is.
no disrespect, but like, why not make 6 then?
Because
Well,
then
it's
he
tradition.
can't force us to eat them, and then we cannot eat them and put them on his plate. Otherwise, that wouldn't happen.
It would not be a Christmas tradition if
Yeah,
you didn't do
that's
it
true.
every Christmas.
That's true.
That's the whole point. Like, for instance,
What about Thanksgiving?
No, our Thanksgiving's kind of different. We just kind of eat turkey. Like it's not. I don't know.
That's what we do.
We go camping and eat turkey.
camping?
Yeah. It's not like a
Thanksgiving
big-
camping.
Yeah.
Do you
Very
like
nice.
cook it on the
Last weekend-
fire?
Well, we bring barbecues.
This is interesting. I want to get into this. Okay.
Wow.
I know,
So-
I
So
feel
this is
very-
Thanksgiving tradition, and this is back home?
This is in
Like
Ontario, yeah.
Ontario, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
So
where
you
my parents
guys,
are.
yeah, you go and you camp and you cook a turkey on a barbecue?
Well, like the turkey will be cooked beforehand.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we bring it and warm it up on the barbecue.
So you're not
And
scared of like a
everything's
bear or some crazy
Well, we eat it.
animal?
No,
Well,
we're
you're
not
camping.
camping in the
The
dead
deep,
of
deep
the
forest?
woods.
But it is cold. Like, are you in tents or you got an RV or what are we doing?
Well, it started out with tents, now it's an RV. But
that's not
congratulations,
camping. That's not
updated.
camping.
hey,
Yeah,
that's
I
not-
just
well
joined for the
done.
night to eat the food.
I like that. No, that's a very good
and it's in
deal.
a provincial park, so I don't think it's.
Well, hey, bears don't recognize,
They
State
don't.
line.
borders.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
they don't.
they'll go where the food is. They was whoa, guys, back it up. National park. Like, have you ever heard of Yogi Bear?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, little
Yeah.
boo boo. Is that a picnic basket? They might be rolling right in. Traditions, Christmas wise, basically my whole life, we have a bunch of them. So Christmas Eve was always, we'd go to Grandma and Grandpa's house on the corner of Isabella and Melrose, just over here. And everyone would go
where
to,
your grandparents live.
well, they don't live there anymore.
Oh, okay.
And there wasn't a direct, well, I guess it's only 4. It's just that, okay.
Yeah, that's a
Either
1 in
way,
4 chance of
beautiful,
finding-
beautiful house. And we'd roll in, and everyone would go to church, and I would always try to get out of going to church by helping Grandma make the midnight lunch. You are so unprofessional.
I'm turning my.
How dare you do that?
No, coach is texting.
Oh, okay, never
actually.
mind. What's he saying? Let's
Okay,
see.
it's a recipe.
Oh,
Should-
he's doing it.
Should I
Okay.
read it?
Hold on. Let me get this one out here. We'll get back to mine. Go ahead. Read it out
Oh,
loud.
is he watching?
Take notes at home if you're interested in getting Brussels sprouts going.
Okay, coach texts in. He says, Brussels sprouts. You have them. You put olive oil on them, salt and pepper. Okay,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say. Before that, you should also put in garlic,
Obviously.
in my opinion, because
I love garlic.
garlic in Brussels sprouts is very good. 24 minutes at 350 degrees.
Okay.
Substitute salt, pepper for brown sugar and balsamic reduction.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sub
All
that
right.
for garlic.
Okay. Now we're getting into
Sub
it.
that for garlic and buttered minced garlic. So
That might have
Interesting.
just changed the game. The
Are
brown
we?
sugar.
I love that. Man, brown sugar can change anything. I started putting, bless you. I started putting bless you again. I started putting brown sugar in spaghetti sauce.
Oh.
isn't that normally?
My sister, no.
Oh, it's white
very rare.
sugar.
My
It's white sugar.
sister-in-law, her family tradition, and every Christmas Eve now, since Grandma and Grandpa moved out of that house, we'd go to their house, my brother and Heidi, and she always had the sweet sauce. I never even heard of it before. And it was her dad's special recipe. So then I started just throwing, like I'm not talking like a little bit. I would take handfuls while it's going, and I just bang it. It's mountains of brown sugar, and you just mix it in. So good.
wow.
It's such a stark difference from the normal spaghetti sauce I know.
Our family recipe uses white sugar. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, see, I never
Like,
thought of putting sugar in a
so
spaghetti
Not
sauce.
brown sugar, but white sugar. If I remember, yeah.
You're missing out. You gotta switch it.
Gotta
Give it
switch
one
it.
try.
Hey? I mean, maybe, but we have a recipe that works
That's
too,
true.
right?
Also,
and
yes.
it's like the thought of my parents' like defeated look when I waste our last pound of ground beef from the cow we bought. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd probably be disowned. So
That's fair.
That
So
was-
I always, going back to Christmas Eve traditions,
yeah. Sorry.
the whole family goes to church. I'd always trick them and say, I'm going to stay here and help Grandma make midnight lunch. Okay. And instead of helping her, I just go downstairs and play video games because that's what I would do. And then everyone come back from church, and then it was all like the tradition of only fish up until Christmas.
Oh,
You guys know this one?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, we're very Ukrainian over there. And so that night would be fish, which I hate. Like, I can't have. Grandpa makes this special fish in the garage. He fries it. Everyone loves it. I can't stand it because it's fish. It's gross. So I end up eating basically, and it's kind of funny thinking about it now, but basically just pierogies. And that's how I got my belly. I just eat all the pierogies because I didn't want cabbage rolls. I didn't like cabbage rolls at the time. I didn't want any of the fish.
Not liking cabbage rolls is crazy.
I know.
Were they like lazy cabbage rolls or like the rolls?
They were legit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
legit Ukrainian cabbage rolls.
What's the age range of you?
Oh
This.
man, this would have
It's
been
like 27.
Like last Christmas.
I'm not really. You're not far off. We did that for a long time. And so I was the jabroni who would just eat like bread and butter and then pierogies the night before. But then
That's awesome, though.
Then we get to Christmas Day. We go wake up at our house, open our presents. Everyone hops in the Suburban, head down to Grandma and Grandpa's. We walk in, another round of presents, the best. And then we sit down for, don't do it. Then we sit down for Christmas Day breakfast, which is always pancakes and bacon. Grandpa used to make the pancakes, and my brother took over making the pancakes. And this is the whole topic of this conversation. Wheat. Now, have you ever heard of not wheat as in wheat, but wheat, the plate, I guess you would say. It's the grossest thing you could ever have, and you have to take at least a
Like
spoonful
fiber?
for good luck. No, so it's like, I don't even know what the heck you call them, but there's like fruit in it and like literal, I guess, grains of wheat
Oh.
and all that stuff and like fruits, and
Okay,
it's
yeah.
all in this thing, and it's just the grossest
Is
thing
it
you've
dehydrated
ever.
fruit?
No, I don't
Like a
think so.
bowl?
It comes in a big bowl. So Granny makes a big bowl, and then if you don't have at least one spoonful of wheat, you have bad luck for the next year. So you got to force that wheat down. So I always, right before I feast, I just get it in me, and then go. And
You didn't think about like cutting up half a piece of bacon and putting it on top or something?
where were you for my first 27 years?
I wasn't born.
That's fair. That's a really good point. So the wheat.
Neither of us were born, actually.
Yes, I am feeling very old now. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the wheat comes in, and then after we finish at Grandma and Grandpa's, we go back to our house, and then the wheat shows up again. You can't get away from the wheat. And all because of tradition. Because, like, no one really likes it. Some people pretend they like it, but no one likes it. It's like, ugh.
It's like, actually, I used to hate rice cakes.
Yeah,
You know
me
rice
too.
cakes? And then-
Except I don't use the word used to. I still do.
I love them.
And then,
Always have,
you know
always
what?
will.
One of my coworkers, his name's Jordan. He brought them to work one day for his lunch, and they were like these apples and cinnamon rice cake things. And he was like, "Oh, you want one?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I ate one. And it's like, this is the best freaking thing I ever ate. I had like 3 of them that day, and I didn't like. Yeah, they were so good. And I
guys-
hated rice cakes my whole life. I was terrified to try it, and just because my coworker wanted me to try, I asked him just to give me like a little piece,
Peer
just so I
pressure.
could try it, because I was like nervous.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "No, frick that! Give me the whole thing." And like, yeah, it was so good.
Bro. I
That's
don't know.
crazy, and it's crazy you hate them. But
What's to like? They're so bland, man. Like, there's a reason people.
Apples and cinnamon, like
Yeah,
flavored.
I'll
It
eat
was-
those, sure.
the salt and vinegar ones are pretty good too.
That's crazy, but I would try it. I would
Eat
try it.
potato chips.
No,
But then, yeah, well, I would.
You know what I mean?
But-
you know what? I
They're
was gonna
so-
argue, but that's so bad.
You're right.
They're so bland.
Like,
Like,
why would you
everyone
eat-
who's on a diet, it all starts with a base of rice cakes. Like,
No,
why?
I think have you
No.
tried flavors or have
Yeah,
you
I
just-
have.
I
like,
could-
they're not bad. I'm just saying they're
see.
so,
I thought
ugh.
that too, but now I think of rice cakes as more just like a fun snack more than like a diet thing. Like honestly, I haven't bought them with my own money before, but like I don't go to the cracker aisle and I'm like I see my cheese nips and I'm like, oh frick yeah, let's
Cheese
get
nips.
cheese nips. But you know, like I would eat rice cakes, like, you know,
My
but
one thing
maybe
about
not
it-
on my own money.
The one thing about it is I feel I buy them and then I sit there. I eat them all in one sitting, or I leave them in my cupboard and
Yeah.
they get forgotten about until I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, I want them, and then they're gone in one sitting.
I think
I just can't
Either
win.
way, your problem is they're always gone in one sitting.
I think
Yeah.
we
see that.
still have
That's a good
no-name rice
commercial.
crackers that have been in my cupboard since I was 9 at my house.
Flavored?
No, just like
I
no-name
say
brand.
we bring them here.
Yeah. Let's
Gary
do it.
tries those.
All right.
Yeah.
If he still doesn't like it, then
I mean, if Coach
'Cause
Mazer
it's like
can,
wine, it ages, it like curates nice flavor.
it'd be a good follow-up after the Mott's Clamato chug we had in here
I
yesterday.
gotta say that was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. It was incredible.
Did you hear about this?
I watched it
Oh,
on your
jeez.
yeah.
It was like I don't, you know, like when a hippo eats an entire watermelon
I
in
love
one
watching
bite.
those. Oh.
yeah.
That's what the equivalent of that was. It was
Yeah.
like it was a feat. It was like an Olympic sport thing.
See, Coach Mazer, he's on another level when it comes
Yeah.
to like the power of the mind. Margaret here, right down there. You chill out.
Oh, she's just eating.
Sorry,
a
no,
cable.
she's doing what she's gonna do. Gotta make sure she's not eating Jake the Snake. She's always licking and doing silly things, and then she gets sneezies because of the hair.
She was licking my elbow today.
See, of course.
And then I was like, okay, no, let's not do that.
It's all those rice
went,
cakes.
Went back to work and I felt something in my leg. I was like, it must be a spider or something. It was literally just Maggie licking my thigh.
Yeah.
And
what
I
she
was
does.
like, wow, this is way more personal than I ever could have imagined today would be going.
And now I totally forgot what I was going to say because that's way more funny.
Oh my God,
We're
yeah.
talking about Maggie. So we were talking about the rice cakes, and we were talking about
Maisie.
Maisie Chug. Oh, yes,
Olympic
Maisie's
expense.
brain power.
Yeah.
Okay, so get this. The guy can just do anything. By the way, hanging out with the co-host of the viewing room and the host of Emily Mays, All Up in Your Business, on a Thursday, having a lot of fun while we do it. He has that powerful mind where he can just flip a switch and can do things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a soft old guy. I can't do anything. I don't have any switch to flip. But he's like the same guy who I seen chug a full cup of coffee right out of the pitcher. We were at we were at the Grasswood Smitty's one night, and everyone was liquored up, and he was not liquored up. That's even funnier because he was off the booze and still off the booze. And so him and our buddy Rob Rogers decided to have a chug off of like fresh, hot, right out of the pot coffee, and he did it, the whole thing. And then he had because his whole mouth was burnt.
Yeah.
But he can do these like feats of strength.
So,
It's so impressive.
When are we making him apply to Jackass for the
Oh,
next season?
he would have been the perfect person for something like that, actually. You think he's talking to us still?
Is
Was there more? He
He's
said,
just-
keep effing reading. But we read it all.
I thought we read it all.
We read it all. He's being sassy. That's what we get for complimenting him. But such a strong mind.
Well, I was
you
going to
know?
say, I feel like that is all your mindset.
It is.
Because
Your mouth will heal. Your belly will heal.
Okay, that's not the message we want to spread right now. Okay,
It's
No,
not.
but
don't
it's
chug
a-
hot coffee.
it's a
not okay,
message
smart.
of you can do anything you put your mind to. And
See?
this guy.
But
Now
maybe
you're
not
cooking.
that.
Is
But
here-
maybe not that. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
But if you
for
want to put
him,
your mind
but
to
if
that,
you don't want
and
nerve
if you want to
damage,
do it, then you can. No one's stopping you other than him, and guess what? He won't be around to stop you physically.
Okay,
Just mentally.
But when the
and
lawsuit,
that's a mental
'cause-
block to get
'cause
through.
Little Timmy decided at the Christmas holidays to chug hot chocolate because Emily May said it was okay.
And little Timmy is now the coolest person there.
No, he has
Yeah.
third-degree burns.
You're
in
not
his
helping
mouth.
yourself there, Dragon. She's got a lot of good points.
I do.
Please
I believe
don't.
I
please don't
believe
chug hot drinks.
the kids call it cooking. She's cooking right now. To stay with our theme.
Okay,
Yeah.
She's cooking you up.
can I tell you something?
I would
Based
love
on
that.
on chugging.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a crazy story. So back in grade 11, I found out I had a talent, and I haven't done it probably in like a year and a half because
I'm
it
so
ended
excited
it
about where
ended
this is
very
going.
poorly.
I
Okay,
can't imagine.
I found out like those plastic water bottles. Doesn't matter the brand. It could have been like Fiji, Dasani, or whatever, Aquafina, or anything.
Yeah. I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I could take the bottle and just go like crink it and like chug the whole thing in like a second, like impressively, right?
Okay, hold on.
And
Aggressively.
If you want to impress me, fill that thing up with liquor and do that.
no, thank you.
Well, then it's not that impressive. Like water is easy. Anyone can chug water, except for Emily May.
So then I guess a couple weeks later, after I showed my friends like they could do that, we got a flat of water and we were all trying to do
Oh
it.
no!
And we were at we were having a party, and I chugged like
Sounds like it.
I chugged like 3 back to back, like it was probably within the course of like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, and a lot
And-
of water, that's bad for you.
It's terrible. It's terrible for you. But, and so I guess
drown
or no,
from
it
the
was
inside out.
it was a little longer than that. I think it was like a couple minutes, and that was a liter and a half in a couple minutes.
Okay.
And I would just like down one, give it a second, and then I would just go like grab the next one, and it was fun. Like my friends thought it was funny, and so a couple weeks after that, my friend Gurleen, she got this like big pitcher of water at a gas station. It was a liter and a half, and
Same amount that you already did.
yeah, like because I had done that over the course of a few minutes.
Yep.
So like, okay, Ethan, now your
Time to
final
be a
test.
man. Yep.
A liter and a half all at once. Let's
That's it.
see this happen, right? And this is gonna get a little gross, so just keep that in mind at home.
Here, here.
I'll try and be tame, but it's gonna
Okay.
be a little gross. So we're having another party. I'm hosting it at my house. We're all down in the basement, just like like not like a party, but we're all hanging out. Like we're
Okay.
just like there's like 10 of us, and
Gurleen, is that her name?
Gurleen, she brings this picture, and all my friends are like, yeah, Ethan, like, let's get in a circle and watch you chug this. This is gonna be great. And I'm like, yeah, awesome. I love you guys. Let's do this. And so I pop the lid and I start chugging and chugging. I'm chugging some more, and some of my friends are telling me to stop. Some of my friends are like cheering me on still. It was a great moment. And then all of a sudden, I finished like the first 800 milliliters. was like, oh yeah, this doesn't feel good, but like I'm already halfway. I can't stop now. And then I got to like the liter, and I was like, oh boy, this really hurts. I should probably stop. And then I got like 1.3, like there's like 200 milliliters left, and my stomach just like it made a sound internally. Does your body ever make an internal
All the
sound
time.
that no one else can hear?
Mine never stops.
Yeah.
Mine never stops. Like it's always because like, when you fast, your stomach's always so it's a non-stop gargle. It's weird.
And then like this is also more vulgar. I just remember like my my colon feeling cold. That if that makes sense.
That was one of the most polite ways you've ever brought up your colon.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
And I think we all just sat there trying to see if we could figure out what that feels like, but I just...
Have you ever sat on snow for just like a little too long in your ski pants? Like,
no. I've never had a cold.
You know,
I've never had a cold colon. I got to tell you, pretty proud of that.
Okay, so my colon has a chill right now, actually. So all of a sudden I have to stop. My friends are like, "Oh, like you're so close." I was like 1.3 liters, like, which is insane, by the way. Already, that's an insane amount. And I'm like,
Oh no.
1 second, and I go upstairs, and all my friends are hanging out downstairs, and I throw up like 6 or 7 times, and
Ice cold water.
it's all water.
Yeah,
it's all water.
everyone's done that.
And it's just one after the other, and I go up, and I'm like, take 2 breaths,
You can't breathe in between.
and it's just like waterfalls and waterfalls. And my mom's like knocking on the door. She's like, "What's happening?" And she
Thinking
probably
you're
thought I was doing
hammered.
drugs. Or
Yeah,
something
she's
like
like,
that.
you drank too much hungover in the toilet.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm not even joking. Like it's like 7 of that, right? And my friends are like freaking out. They don't know what to do. They're all downstairs still. And I come up. My mom's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I go downstairs. I wipe my mouth. I'm like literally have like throw up on me.
Of course.
I wipe my mouth. Look downstairs. All 10 of my friends are looking at me coming down the stairs like shocked. And they're like, "Oh my God, Ethan, are you okay? Are you okay?" I don't say a single word. I go back to the bottle.
Yeah,
I
finish it.
chug the
Yeah.
last 100 liters. I do this. I look at Gerline. This is the most badass moment of my life. I say, "Should have brought another one." And
The party exploded.
no, people were like, "Oh my God, dude, that's not healthy."
Nobody cheered for
No,
you?
no one cheered for me. And I swear to God, it was the coolest moment
Because
of
I
my
think
life.
they were terrified for your
Yeah, it
safety.
was pretty terrifying, actually.
Did they hear you dying upstairs?
Oh yeah, they
Okay.
definitely heard me just dying.
Because like it's dangerous. Like you can actually
Yeah, oh yeah.
die.
Water
from that.
asphyxiation.
Yeah.
There was a radio station that did a contest back in the day, and it was seeing how much water you can chug, and someone died.
Oh.
You like overflow your body with water, and it just like
It
chokes it out.
Drowns from
Yeah,
the inside.
it's crazy. That could have happened to you, bro.
Yeah. But
Now-
your body prevented it.
But it didn't happen.
Most important question here:
Yes.
was Gerline impressed?
I think Gerline was like, "You're an idiot," but that was cool.
Like
Yeah.
50% impressed,
Yeah, like
50-50.
Yeah,
disgusted and impressed at the same time.
yeah. Like, I think that was
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow-up question:
Uh-huh.
was anyone drinking at this party, or were you guys just like hanging
No,
out?
we were in grade 11. We weren't really much drinkers at that point.
Man,
like-
that was like my highlight,
gonna
my
say.
peak of
Well, no,
drinking.
I
That
think
was more like, oh, I'm getting tired of this. and that.
we drank in grade 11, but like that was more like start of grade 11.
Okay, so everyone was just hanging out. And
So
being
like
friends.
we were like not at the drinking part yet.
Okay.
Like that was more of like I would say, sorry mom, February of like grade 11, kind of like that area. That's when like the second half of the year you start crushing it a bit and into
Yeah.
the summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but start of grade 11. I mean, like that's not like I'd never drank before, but like like we weren't like. It was at my house. My parents would have killed me.
I'm trying to figure out the allure of this, I guess, performance that you put on. Like,
It was a
there's
lot
a
of-
party, everyone's hanging out,
had-
no one's drinking or anything,
had
but you guys are like
pizza.
talking, eating pizza, and then you're just like, all right, it's time for the main event.
We were playing Cards Against Humanity, I think, too.
Dang. I guess my big question is, who does that sober?
Yeah.
That's
How
the
can
biggest
you play
one.
that game?
I mean,
Re-
you could say the same thing about the Clamato juice.
Of course,
that's in
yeah, no,
yesterday.
and I'm not questioning it. I'm just wondering.
It's like sometimes you gotta just have some fun with life.
I also feel like I've chugged 1.5 liters of water before, and it wasn't that bad.
Oh man, it was terrible.
I was also very hungover when I did, and it was the most refreshing thing
You
ever.
probably
Yeah.
needed it in your body.
That's it. My body wanted it instead of yours
You
was
probably
just
had
trying
way
to get
too
rid
much
of it.
in your
Yeah, I
body.
had already
Yeah.
drank in my 8 cups of water that day too, probably, because I
You
drink a ton of water.
Big water guy.
Oh
Every
yeah,
day?
I'm a big water guy. I'm a water advocate. You don't know this, but like
8 cups.
8 cups
a
of
day.
water. That's
the
what you-
allotted.
Can I
That's what you're
say
supposed
something
to.
then, Mr. Water Advocate? I've never seen you with a water bottle here.
Neither have I.
Well, I don't usually bring my water bottle to work because the last time I did that, I lost it.
That's also I can see
Here?
Yeah, not here. No.
Oh, I was
yeah.
gonna
Other job.
say.
that. I think.
I love water.
When
I
do you
have,
drink it?
Where do I drink it?
No, when?
When? Okay, so I wake up.
Give us your water drinking
okay,
schedule.
okay. I'll
here
give
we
you
go.
my water drinking.
Because I've never seen you take a sip of water.
Yeah.
Never in
That's
my
just
life.
not true. Remember, I
Well-
spilled my water on set last
She's
week.
only seen you a couple times.
I literally spilled my water on stage last week.
Yes, you did.
In
That
front
is
of
true.
The whole crew.
That is very true.
on
Not
a
the
live
whole crew.
podcast.
Over here, yeah.
I spilled a
wasn't
liter of water on the ground.
On or during the taping of the viewing room is when that
did.
happened. And
You were just
we
watering the
laughing.
grass.
He did it right in front of our head engineer. How dare you? I'm surprised you didn't get yelled at more.
That was pretty embarrassing. Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
if I do it, it's fine.
Co-host of the viewing rooms, hanging out with
Yeah,
us
we need to-
on a Thursday, along with the host of Emily Mays, All Up in Your Business. Ooh, this gives me a good opportunity. If you
that's
want her all up in your business, it's very easy. All you gotta do is just head on over to DufferinAv.com. We got lots of really cool things for you there over at DufferinAv.com. I'm not joking, it's the best place you can go for your business.
We need an actual song.
Working on it.
Water
Definitely working
schedule.
on it. A water schedule.
Okay.
Back to it.
So I don't usually drink coffee. Not really a coffee guy. I like the natural energy. So I usually pop up. Okay. I take a nice
Sorry.
big glass of water and then I take like a small glass.
Hold on. Pop up like Undertaker? Like just sit straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Like it's more of like
Amazing.
a vampire thing where it's like.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Undertaker.
Dun-dun-dun. Yeah.
That's
And then I like
Do you sleep with a cup beside your bed?
not beside my bed, but because I don't have an end table, but I put my I have one of those metal water bottles that stays cold. I put that on my dresser.
Okay.
And there's still ice cubes in it in the morning when I wake up.
That's a
so
good
it's
water bottle.
So nice. Like sometimes I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and I'll have a glass of water with ice cubes. And man, I can't drink warm water. So when it's cold like that, it's literally like heaven kissing me on the tongue, dude. It's like so good.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I have a cup of water or so in the morning when I drink, like when I wake up, take the meds and stuff and do whatever.
Where's the other 7 come from?
Yeah, well, so I have a 1 liter water bottle, right?
Oh, and so what's a cup considered?
250. Is it 250 milliliters? Is that
don't
what
know.
that is?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked.
I don't know.
Is it a liter and a half?
He's
per
on
day?
it. Research it.
Let's
Here we
see,
go.
Let's see.
We don't want to just be
How many
spewing all sorts of
cups
nonsense out
is
here.
1
8 ounces? I have no idea.
1 liter is 4 cups. So yeah, but 2 liters. So yeah, that would be 250. A cup of water is 250 milliliters, I guess, by that logic.
How many ounces is that?
Is it 8? Is it 8 ounces?
That's what Emily May's saying. I think she might be right. That sounds right.
It sounds
let's
right.
see.
That's the only
Sounds right.
reason why I said
How
it.
many OZ in?
That's very small though. Like on the coffee machine we have inside,
33
it goes
ounces
12,
in a
10,
liter.
8. And then when you do an 8 ounce, it's
Yeah,
tiny. It's like
Tiny.
that
Yeah,
much.
you're right. So it wouldn't
It's
be
like a
8
sip.
ounces.
Well, I bet you it is because 250 mils is probably the same
33 liters in 33 ounces in a liter.
thing.
Whatever
Welcome
that
to
is.
learning.
Whatever.
What is that even called?
Math.
Math?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I was gonna
I don't
say.
got grade 12 math. I can't
Didn't
tell
sign
you.
up for this
Can't
class
confirm.
today.
But yeah, I used to have this almost a liter and a half bottle too, like an Nalgene bottle that I loved.
Oh, people love those things.
But I have my other metal one now that's just 1 liter because the metal keeps the ice cold. So it's like how could you not? Like you can't
Hold
go
on.
back once you do it.
Does the ice ever melt?
Yeah, it does, but it takes a long freaking time.
And I ask because that's taken away from your full amount of water you're taking in because that ice will fill up a lot of that. So you might not actually be getting your 8 a day.
I drink way more than 8 though. I have a problem.
Back to the schedule. So you've
So
woken up,
yeah,
had
then
some.
then usually around because then I'm good for about to 8:30 or so, right? Because
Yeah.
I usually wake up around 7, have my cup of water, and then I forget about it. And then coming in around 9, I fill up the water bottle and I just start chugging away. Like if I'm editing or doing whatever I need to do on my computer, whatever pre-work I'm doing before I go to actual work. That's when I'm chugging chugging away, right?
Chug, okay.
And then I have lunch, and then I usually just like have another cup or two at lunch, you know, because I like drinking lots of water while I eat. I think that's really good. I don't know why. I just enjoy that.
What I don't get is how the hell you got so lucky that you love water. Like there's a big
It's
thing going
so
around.
good.
There's a big thing going around right now about how you are supposed to drink those 8 glasses of water a day. And a lot of the issues human beings have as a whole could be solved by hydrating. But instead of just drinking water, people go to the doctor and they get all these pills and all this other stuff when all you got to do is drink the water.
Yeah.
How did you get so lucky to love the water?
I really enjoy it. It makes you feel good, and like I don't know. It tastes good. I don't know how you can't not taste.
It's a
like,
mindset.
The power of the mind.
I
The
think
power
it's
of the
just.
mind.
I'm
Like maisie.
grateful. I'm
Yeah.
grateful. I think that's another thing too. Is I'm grateful that I can wake up, drink clean water,
That's
and
very good
and not
point.
have to worry about getting sick afterwards.
Yep.
And it tastes good. It tastes fine. And I have ice cubes in a freezer, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa used to only drink, or my great grandpa would only drink warm water, even though he had ice cubes and stuff. Because when he grew up, his family couldn't afford ice cubes in like the freezer and
So
stuff like
it's
that.
always warm. That's it.
So it was always warm. So he would request warm water when he like went to a restaurant or stuff like that. And I was like, that's disgusting. But like, you know what I mean? That's something I'm grateful for. Is like, you know what? I've never had to deal with stuff like that. So like, you know, cold
here.
water is good. But usually by the end of the day, I get annoyed because I'm like peeing every like 5 minutes. You know, that's a really terrible feeling, and it happens like 3 times a week for me.
That gets worse when you get old, but
Where
just
you're
so
like,
you know.
it's like it's white. You know what I mean?
Well, clear
like
pee, yeah.
crystal clear. Yeah, not white. It's clear.
Your body is so good at filtering all of these things.
Yeah.
It's just water in, water out.
And
Emily May looks a little disgusted at the pee
yeah,
story.
no, and then like 10 minutes later, you're like, I have to go again, and you get so angry. It's like I might as well just have a catheter, like when I'm doing
But
something.
I think if you drink that much every day, you're training your body to hold more pee. You don't have to go as often.
I
Get
think
those reps
I think
in.
high school.
Yeah.
I think high school did that for me though, because I would drink lots of water and have to pee around 1, and then I'd pee at 4 because
You have a pee
I
schedule?
was gonna say
That's right down to the
jeez.
second.
no, because
Every day.
I was scared of the high school bathrooms. I was scared of the high school bathroom. I like
Whoa.
no one like they're. I don't like public restrooms. I really don't like.
What do
public
you do
restrooms.
when you have to go, business?
At the movie theaters, they always keep the bathrooms so clean, right? So I always like that's fine when I have to go to the movie theater because my fear of public bathrooms is less worse than my fear of accidentally having to go through the bathroom halfway through a movie. I can't stand leaving a movie.
Lesser
and
Can we
needing to
write this
go pee.
down?
There's so much.
But
yeah.
but I hate public bathrooms. I
Okay.
hate public bathrooms. But it's sometimes you have to suck it up. But I think I used in my 3 years at the high school I went to, I think I used the bathroom once.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Maybe
just held it?
twice.
You just
I
held
would
it?
I would hold it. I would avoid it at whatever cost. I even peed in the hall. No, I'm joking.
How many bathrooms did your high school have? Like we were a small high school.
probably
And
like
we had
2.
3 or 4. There were private ones at the top.
We didn't have anyone.
private would
We
be
didn't
good.
have any plumbing upstairs, but we had 2 downstairs and then like 2 private ones, like accessible bathrooms or
Yeah.
whatever. So I think like 4 in total, like 2 large ones and 2 like individual ones, like those. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I've learned a lot about you today.
Yeah.
Sorry,
This
I
is very nice.
stole the stage.
My
there, sorry.
mom sending a message about wheat, saying
Oh.
it was sweet and it had raisins and apples in it.
Raisins and apples.
So it's like literal little kernels of wheat
Yeah.
mixed with raisins and apples. It's the most disgusting thing you'll
I
ever
was
eat
about
in
to
your
say,
life.
It sounds not bad. Is it like
Uh,
a bran? Is that similar to like a breakfast
No, because it's
bran?
like it's in
That's
like
a good question.
it's in like a syrup.
Like
It's
a
in like a
fruit-
syrup.
It's not like
yeah.
a fruitcake.
No, it's in like a little bowl, syrupy.
So it's more liquidy with that stuff in
Yes,
it. Okay,
exactly.
I didn't picture liquid.
It's not
first.
good. It doesn't make it any better.
Coach
Yeah, what do you say?
says room temperature water is the most healthy.
I've heard that too.
And IV stations are a thing.
If you can't get enough water.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes, because your colon was cold because you chugged cold water. But because you're changing the inner temperature of your body, and that's why room temperature water is the healthiest for you.
No,
because it doesn't make
think
your
it's because
cooler
I
cold.
put ice cubes in my butt.
Well, yes, and you made it not room temperature. No, they all know. Coach is sitting at home nodding, going, "She's right. She's saying it right."
I think so.
And Adam says, as someone who isn't watching the show, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's a real easy way to fix that, LB, is to watch the damn show.
The damn show here at Dufferin Avenue Media Network.
Wow.
Maggie,
So-
we were at the cabin, and it was for my mom's birthday, and we had a bunch of people over there, and it was a great, lovely time. We got a bunch of family photos. There's all my brothers and my sister and their families, and then it was just me and Maggie because I didn't have a family. So I had a depressing little photo shoot with just me and Maggie. Like, hey, they were really good pictures though. We looked super cute together. But after all that, the party was going on, and I knew Maggie hadn't had a drink in a while, so I went, got her bowl, and filled it up with water, but I used the blue handle instead of the white handle, so it was ice cold water. And she went on to drink for about a minute straight because she was so thirsty. And then I let her go outside for 1 second in front of the entire party on the deck, and she honked everywhere because it shocks her system. The ice cold goes in and then right back out. So she pukes everywhere. I'm embarrassed. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like, hey, I feel better now. This is what's going on. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to clean it all up. And I was like, it's fine. But I felt like such a huge loser because my biggest fear, because my biggest fear is my dog doing something like that at like a party or a get together because it is embarrassing. I don't know. It's just,
cute.
I'm like,
and it shows, you know what it shows?
What's the show?
It shows that you are a loving owner who cares about his dog and wants to clean up and that you care about. Because if a mean person would have been like, oh, like, you know, the birds will get it, right? But you felt embarrassed and upset.
So
like, you shouldn't have been embarrassed because
I left the party after because I was so embarrassed.
No, all it does is show you that you're someone who cares. And I think that would, as a person at that party, I would be like, oh, that poor dog. And at least that guy cares enough to clean up my deck. Thanks, Gary.
I was going to say, I don't think the issue would be the vomit. It would be the fact of like, oh, I hope the dog's okay. I feel bad for both of you, not
And I'm sure
get
it was.
this guy and this dog out of my place.
But
no
once
one
you
would
get in
think
your own
that.
head, though,
If a
and it
dog
goes, then it's
poops
a
on
different
your
thing.
lawn, you don't get upset that the dog pooped on your lawn. You get upset that the owner didn't pick it up. That's the way I look at it.
My biggest takeaway, my dad, one of the greatest lessons he ever taught me so far, he's still teaching me every day. One of the greatest lessons was it's not a mistake if you learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned in that moment, do not chug ice cold water. Only room temperature. That's
And
what I
look,
learned.
It gave you something to talk about today too, to add into
See, she
the
gets it.
chugging of the ice cold.
She gets it.
I should clarify. It was room temperature water that I chugged. It wasn't like refrigerated.
Then why was your colon cold?
It just after a certain point when you drink so much water, you know, like when you leave an air conditioning on in like a car. For a
No,
little
I
too
think
long?
you're feeling something else, isn't that?
I'm
Just
with
having
MMA
too
on
much
this one.
water in your system and it
I don't.
Yeah.
You
trying
ever
to get out. Like
before we roll the intro? Outro? Have you ever? You know what an enema is?
I've heard of enemas, yeah.
I've never had that, but I've seen, like, I've heard of it. Like,
I was hoping you didn't see one.
I saw one, like a coffee enema. You know, that's like a thing. Pretty crazy.
why are
did
you
not know
making
that.
that
Disgusting.
point?
It's disgusting. Is all I want to say.
That was your point?
It's
To
disgusting.
just bring it up and put it in our minds.
But I've heard-
Before you play the outro, I want to let everyone know enemas are gross.
I just wanted to say
you
that,
didn't.
like, that's what I imagine it felt like with my cold colon.
Interesting.
Anyways, thanks for watching.
Any doctors listening, make sure you let us know.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
That's the way
happy
to do
colon
it.
days, or whatever they say.
Happy cold.
On that note, let's see if I can get some Frankies going here.
That was a good episode.
We did it, you guys.
You play the piano?
We did it. Play it out. Yeah, is this your first piano? This your first play out?
No.
Do you even know how it goes?
I thought the point was that I didn't know how it goes.
That actually is funnier.
That's-
She's got it.
Nail on the head right there.
That's why she's here. Not just an intelligent woman, but also very good at piano playing.
Air piano.
Air piano. That guy's been a great air pianist his whole life. Right? Like on the guitar?
It's my
We were
middle
talking
name.
about guitars? Yeah.
Parents almost named me air pianist.
To CTV's Matt Young, thank you so much for stopping by yet again with another amazing segment of retro gaming. Very, very fun. To you two, the Dragoon, and Emily May, thank you so much to both of you for joining us today and putting together, I'm with you, another incredible show.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, we're very lucky and blessed around here because most people that attempt to do something like this, they don't have very good shows. It's tough to have a really good show when You're not planning. You're not saying these are the things we're going to talk about. Most people fail. That's why we go live. That's why we do it, because no one else can. We're the only ones that can do it. So we continue to do it, and we crush it every time thanks to people like you two.
Very successful subpar shows every day now. That's the motto.
I just talked us up. Jeez. Anyways,
and it's not
very
scripted.
high quality. Unscripted.
Unscripted for sure.
But that's where the best stuff comes from. It's always fight or flight, right? It really is. Like most people in this situation go and ah and do a lot of that stuff. Not around here. We keep it flowing, keep it going. We're doing good.
Yeah, it was a nice conversation.
Very nice.
I'm happy we have the freedom to talk about colons on air.
Hey, nothing's off limits around these parts.
Thank you.
If you got a business, by the way, let us know. Emily May will be all up in it, showing off everything you do and the people that help you do what you do. It's a very cool thing with her show as we look forward to the next one.
It's like a colonoscopy for your business.
No, it's not. Actually, don't listen to that.
We can't end on that. Give us something quick. Anything better?
Be kind to one of another. Karma's very real. We love you so much. Thank you for watching.
Man, you nailed it. Very well done.